Hey guys, happy blessed Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. We are here, we are live. I'm excited. Welcome. Okay, just checking my levels, checking to make sure everybody is set up and moving. So, Facebook is live. I think YouTube is live. Let's see. Yep, doing good there. Thank you guys for your patience and your grace and mercy with that. Got to make sure everything is straight and the way it's working, the way it's supposed to be working. So happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Coaches Get That Money Off the Table Part 2. So this is a series that I started last week, and it's really a play on words, and it relates to not leaving money on the table. So it's kind of like my play on stop leaving money on the table. And as this series is dedicated specifically to my loves, my fellow coaches out here in these coaching streets. And I really want you to get that money off the table. And so I created this series just for us, just for you. And this is part 2. And so I just want to say welcome tonight to the webinar. And I'm just going to give some quick introductions and we're going to get right into it. We have quite a bit to cover tonight, and it's yummy. So make sure that you get your pen and paper. Make sure you invite your business bestie and ask lots of questions. I'm an open book. I'm totally willing to share. So my name is Dr. Patrice Carter, and I'm a digital course creation mentor of Done With You and Done For You coaching courses and digital courses in online schools for women-owned coaches, speakers, authors, and executives who want to package their expertise into digital courses. So that is who I am in a nutshell. So my company, again, is called Breakpoint Coaching Collective, LLC. And we have been in business for over 15 years. So shout out to the love of my life, Dalton Carter, who is my partner in love, partner in life, and all things in between. And so through our company, not only do we mentor service-based professionals who want to put their expertise into digital courses and online schools, but we also certify, equip, and train Christian life coaches. And we also walk with broken women. And so I'll share a little bit more about that later in a separate webinar, or you can go to my website and find out more. My website is www.drpatricecarter.com, so you can learn all about me, and I'll share that in the comments. And you can also go to my Breakpoint Coaching page if you want to learn more about our services and learn more about our courses. So I'm going to share that real quick, and then we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty of tonight's topic. Just giving you guys a chance to get yourselves situated. So learn more about courses here and mentoring. One day I'm going to have a moderator, so I have somebody else doing this. But that said, let me know who's joining me tonight. So even if you're joining me in the replay, I always want to know who's sitting with me, who's in the midst of me, and let me know who's here, what's your name, where are you from? Are you a life coach? Are you a motivational speaker? Are you an author? Are you an executive? And if you are a coach, hey, Coach Jamila, love you. And if you are a coach, what is your specialty, niche, or focus? So let me know that. And as a coach, have you begun curating digital products and digital courses? Let me know. And do you have any questions about that? Or let me know how your experience has been, because I don't definitely want to seem as though I know it all, because I don't. I just know what I know within my sphere of influence and expertise. So that said, I'm all about collaborations and would love to learn what you've learned that I may not know and could glean from. So I just want to share that I'm super excited to have all of you here tonight, all the amazing life coaches that are joining me and that will watch this in the replay. God bless you and welcome. So I just want to tell you something that is definitely true, something that I'm living proof of, and that is that you as a coach can absolutely hands down make a profitable digital course. You can create, curate, and launch a digital course, and you will make money and you will do very well because people want to pay for your expertise. So that said, what you're going to need tonight, again, is possibly let's pull out your coaching curriculum, pull out your notes, pull out your pen and paper, and you can ask me questions throughout. I'm more than willing to pull over and answer those. And then also, hey, this is my commercial, my 1 second commercial. Let's work together and let me build your course for you. All right, so let's get that done, get the commercial out of the way. So before we chat, I wanted to just share some information, some things that have come up for me and that I have not only recognized in doing business as a digital course creation mentor, but things that I've read and also seen in the industry. And that is, did you know that shifting from one-on-one group coaching or one-on-one coaching and also group coaching to group courses could have a game-changing impact on your business? Think about it. So thinking about going from one-on-one coaching and group coaching to group courses can have a major impact in your business and in your time. Also, did you know that mastering value-based pricing could significantly increase your return on investment? I'll tell you more about that. Values-based pricing is something that I had only just recently heard about. So I wanted to share about that. And I also wanted to say or ask, did you know the types of course that you should be teaching to have the greatest impact, to maximize your impact within your target audience, or maybe the one that you're trying to actually enlarge or scale to? It's true that there are specific courses that your people are looking for. And then the last did you know is, did you know that creating B2C and B2B digital downloads and digital products can open massive doors of opportunity? It can. So that's what we're going to get into tonight. And we're just going to break that down. Please definitely share, engage. I don't just want to be a talking head. I love engagement and feedback and camaraderie and community. So let's talk about this. All right. So getting right into point number one, shifting from a one-on-one coaching and live group coaching model, not getting rid of it altogether, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Shifting from a one-on-one coaching and live group coaching model to group courses with weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly touch points can be game-changing for you as a coach. So again, I shared coming into this when I introduced myself that I have been in business for over 15 years. And in those 15 years, I have certified, equipped, and trained well over 100 plus life coaches. And that has been in 27 of the 50 United States, Canada, and England. That said, there was a 3-year period of time where me and my team were doing live coach training 3 nights a week, set for 2 hours at a time, plus working with the coaches offline, mentoring them. And we were killing it, but we were also burned out. And so that said, I know what it's like and what it feels like to meet with coaches and train them live, and also have clients and work with them live and do group coaching and do that live. It's a heavy lift. It's a wonderful experience, but there's also a way that you can do it with ease and a little bit more wisely so that they're still getting the value from you as an expert, but you're not having to lift so heavy, and you actually end up becoming someone who runs your business as opposed to working in your business. Now, of course, that depends on what your vision is for yourself, but we are an LLC, which makes us a partner in our organization. And at one point we were, I think, an S corp, which makes us an employee. So an employee and a partner is two different things. I want to be a managing partner in my business. I don't want to be the employee of my business. And so you want to think about what you want or what position you hold in your company. So CEOs are not down in the weeds doing the work. They are managing the process at an organizational level, C-suite level. And that is what I'm trying to get to. And that's what I want for you. And you can still do that and provide a quality service to your coaching clients. So that said, one of the things that we did was we shifted the live Christian Life Coach certification course to a fully self-based, video-based, self-paced learning course, had it credentialed, and I have touch points. So it's still fully credentialed. It's an excellent course. It is framed around the live course that I was teaching that was successful, and it too has become successful, and it has still continued to grow since 2019. In addition to that, I have touch points where I actually meet with the coaches by video, live via Zoom, twice a month. So that way they still have community, they still have access to me, they're still able to touch me, and there's still a personal feel to what we're doing, but I'm not meeting with them on a consistent basis like I was before. And I was concerned about how that would feel, but it actually has been really, really great for our company, and it's been great for us. And it's been great for the coaches because I still show up. I still make sure I'm excellent. I still respond to all their emails in a timely manner. and they know that I'm here and I'm behind the scenes rooting them on, but they can reach me at any point. So that's important. But also when you think about taking your coaching program into a digital space, into an e-learning space, platforms such as Kajabi, Teachable, Podiathinkific, especially Hi Cousin, especially Teachable has a community feature. So with the community feature, that is where you actually are able to keep your clients in-house within that platform, and you can create community so that you can actually be in communication with them. You can host challenges, you can host groups. So there's still ways, again, to have very successful coaching models without you having to be there all the time. All right. So again, shifting from one-on-one coaching to group coaching or group courses offers several significant benefits. And so, of the ones I've just shared, in addition, the first one I want to touch on is scalability. So when you move to group coaching or courses, this allows you to serve multiple clients simultaneously. That's a no-brainer. I'm sure you already know that. But also, it helps you. This allows you to leverage your time and your resources more efficiently, and that is something that is executives and entrepreneurs in our business, executives in our business, we want to make sure that we're streamlined, that we're running efficiently, and that we're working smartly, working wisely. And so when you scale, this enables you to reach a larger audience and to have more impact, which I don't know about you, but I believe that we all want to make sure that we're having positive impact and maximum impact in our business. But it also helps to decrease our workload proportionally. And that is something I'm all about. Okay, the next thing it does is when you shift to a group coaching model or group courses, it increases your revenue potential because of course, you're going to make more money with multiple people, with more individuals. And let's talk about it. We're in the business of making money. We're in business to make money. Yes, we're here to make an impact. Yes, we're here to serve the kingdom and do what thus saith the Lord. But at the end of the day, we're in business to make money. And so you want to be thinking about the revenue potential that it looks like when you actually start to move into a group model and into a course model. It makes a significant difference. And so you actually can generate more revenue per hour compared to one-on-one sessions. And when you have this type of online model, you can command higher fees. And that is higher fees per participant while offering them access to valuable content at a more affordable price point. So what that looks like is you're going to charge more, but you're actually going to give more, and they're going to get more. So when I started out with the courses, just grabbing some water. Hey, Coach Carolyn, I launched you today. Congratulations. So I hope you got to see it. I launched you on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and on my website. So congratulations to you, Coach Carolyn. So that said, I started out with the e-course at a price point of $299. This was in 2019 at COVID. It netted $20,000 in 6 months at that price point, and I increased it incrementally throughout. And now it's $2,997. It's still selling. All right, so you want to think about what that revenue potential looks like. The live course, when I converted it, I had gotten it up to $2,750. So I was selling it for $2,750. So still very affordable. Also, I did market research to find out what were courses equivalent to mine going forward. What was the market looking like? And I set the prices to see what the market would bear. Okay, so that you want to definitely do some A/B testing. That's where you do one price, another price, and just see what results you get, and then go from there. Also, when you shift from one-on-one coaching and live group coaching to group courses with weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly touch points, you are able to again create community and support in such a way that the group grows itself, the group dynamics form and fosters a sense of community amongst participants. And so that allows them to have the opportunity to support one another as peers, to collaborate, to have accountability. And the group dynamics creates a supportive environment. I'm just kind of playing with my screen to see what I like best. Sorry. All right. These eyes are not the same as what it used to be. So when you have a group of individuals, I can't think of the name of it because it's a business model, but it's basically how group dynamics form. And Group dynamics, if you put the right group of people together, can be a very beautiful thing. And the group really starts to just run and support itself. And participants share insights. They learn from each other. They succeed. They celebrate successes and wins together. And it's just a really great thing. So that said, the next thing that I want to just share in terms of the benefit of shifting to a group course or group model and how it can positively impact your coaching practice is you get diverse perspectives and learning opportunities. So again, when you have multiple people, you're going to have multiple opinions, you're going to have multiple experiences and multiple ways of thinking, and they begin to come up with creative approaches and solutions that are really beautiful and begin to work in symmetry together. Also, there's enhanced motivation and accountability, whereas when you have one person one-on-one, there can be a lack of motivation, or a wane, not a lack, but sometimes motivation can wane. But when you have a group, that dynamic creates energy and commitment, shared commitment. And then lastly, I don't have to tell you this, but as a coach, it creates time efficiency. And I've already touched on that as coaches, we want to be, using our time to the best of our ability. The next thing I wanted to share when I started out talking that we're going to talk about tonight, the second thing is mastering value-based pricing and how it can significantly increase your ROI, your return on investment. So values-based pricing is something, again, I recently it's probably something I knew about but didn't know about in terms of like it having a name and what it is. So I want to talk to you about it and just we can have a conversation. Maybe you already know, maybe you don't. But mastering values-based pricing for courses involves understanding the perceived value of your offerings. What is the value to your target audience, and aligning your pricing strategy accordingly. So it's very important that you know what your target market wants to pay, will pay, has paid for your services or similar services, and how you determine that information is by asking them. So when I started developing courses, I would ask current clients at the end of their time with me, at the end of their tenure when they graduated, hey, what would you have paid for this course? I know you paid X, but what would you have paid? And they tell me, I would have paid this, I would have paid less, I would have paid more, or I would pay what I paid was good. And so I take that and I apply it. I took that and applied it. So anyone that said I would have paid more, I increased the rate. If they said they would have paid less, I moved on. If they said they were good where they were, I held where I was. But then also I reached out to potential dream clients that I really wanted to work with. And I was like, hey, I'm putting together this program, this course, and I just want to interview people that I feel are dream clients that I would love to work with. And I just want to ask you questions. And one of them was, what would you pay for this type of course or this type of experience or this type of product? And I applied that wisdom and that knowledge. So you want to know that. All right. So here are the steps that you can take to master value-based pricing for your courses. And the first one I just touched on is to know your audience. You have to know what they want. You have to understand what their needs are, what their preferences are, what are their pain points. And again, as I've just shared, I conducted market research and surveys, and I interviewed them so that they could help me make and create valuable products and services. And it has worked. Also, the other thing that you want to do is identify your unique value proposition. So you want to think about what makes you stand out, what sets you apart. I think about when I became a coach, a life coach, a Christian life coach, how before that, I'd never even heard life coach being mentioned. And it's like, once I became a life coach, it's like, oh my God, every other person was a life coach. Coach Carolyn says, awesome. No, I haven't seen it. I'm searching for it, but unable to find it. What's that, Coach Carolyn? If you're talking about your launch, where I launched you, I tagged you. So on Facebook. So go check that out. But if it's something different, let me know. But in terms of life coaching, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's a coach. But I couldn't worry about that. I knew that becoming a Christian life coach was the call of my life. I knew it was the thing that God had called me to do. It was what I was supposed to be pursuing and running after. And there were people waiting for me to serve them, and they didn't have time for me to be worrying about who else was doing the same thing. So that said, I had to think about what made me unique. What were the unique benefits and outcomes that my Christian Life Coach Certification Training course would provide them. What were the tangible results? What were the transformations or solutions they could expect to achieve through that process or through my coaching? And I highlighted those. Also, being able to quantify your value. So translating the benefit of your course into quantifiable terms. How I'm able to do that is I have a client that I built a course for, and she invested, I think at the time it was $7,500, maybe $8,500. She invested that. She made $20,000 in 2 weeks. Literally had a waiting list of people for her course. So now I can say that I get results that my clients recognize 200% ROI, if you will. So whatever the math is on that. So you always want to make sure that you're able to get quantifiable data is anything that you can speak to from a numbers perspective. It's represented by a number. So you were able to save your client $1 million. You were able to increase your client's billing returns $1 million. So anything that you can state in numbers is quantifiable data, and it sells. Also, anything that you can qualify. So any type of qualifying, like what were some qualifying changes? So maybe it wasn't something that was monetized or monetization. I can't even talk today. I'm going to tell you guys why in a minute. Maybe it's not something that you can speak to from a numbers perspective, but from a qualifying perspective, you can share. I recognize that my client got X, Y, and Z, more likes, more views, more followers, etc. if you're a social media person. So anything that you can, again, qualify in that regard. So being able to speak to the results is the bottom line of what you're able to bring your clients. So being able to quantify that value. Did you save them time? Are they able to achieve something additional from or as a result of taking your course or investing in your product? So I'm going to pull over and tell you guys why I'm like struggling today. So I work out with a trainer, and I've been trying to lose weight for a minute. And so she put me in a cutting phase. And so I'm on 1,200 calories. Guys, pray for me. And I just started last week and I didn't really notice anything. But today I'm so dizzy and lightheaded. And dizzy, not as in dingy. That's what my husband does say. He's like, you're so dingy. But dizzy, like my head is spinning. I'm seeing birds. But I'm committed to this live because this is something that I want to be consistent with. So I'm showing up. So you guys pray for me. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. Because sis is struggling today. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled programming. So another way that you're going to master value-based pricing and how it can significantly increase your ROI as a coach is to position your course as a high-value investment rather than a commodity. Okay, so it needs to be unique. You need to have your methodologies front and center, your expertise, and the things, again, that differentiate you from your competitors so that you can justify your course. Not that you have to justify it, but you should be able to speak to it if someone asks you why the price is what it is. And you want to price based on value, not cost. So I remember a client that I had worked with years ago as a coaching client, and we worked together for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and we finished our work. Well, she came back 2 years later and she wanted to do coaching again. And my prices had like doubled and tripled. And she was like sticker shocked. She was like, oh my God, why is it so expensive? Well, in the time that she and I had stopped working together, I had become a board certified Christian life coach. I was training and certifying Christian life coaches. Like I had glowed all the way up. Okay. So I was on the glow up. So my prices shifted accordingly. And so I say this to you, if you have or a coach who has an inordinate amount of experience, or you've added to your expertise, it's time for you to increase your rates. So you shouldn't be charging the same prices year after year, especially if you can justify that you have grown and you have proof of impact. Okay, so then again, you want to focus on benefits and outcomes rather than the resources required to create it. So don't focus on cost reduction. Don't charge based on time. Charge based on value. And those who get it will get it. All right, so then you can also do tiered pricing options, and that's where you cater to different segments of your audience based on their willingness to pay and their desired level of access. So an example of that is, trying to think of the name of it. what is the name of this thing? It's because Kevin on Stage is on there, Patreon. So if you look at Patreon is something similar, has a similar pricing model that if you pay, you know, $27, $57, $97, you get different levels of access based on what you're paying. And so that, I believe, is a really great way to offer value and offer price points that allow for different clients to interact with you and with your materials. Also, anchor pricing strategically. So I had never heard of anchor pricing until I started preparing for tonight's live. And it shares here to use anchor pricing techniques to frame the value of your course relative to other offers in the market. So you position your course as a premium solution by comparing it to lower priced alternatives and emphasizing its superior benefits. So I was like, well, let me find a definition because I really want people to understand, and I wanted to understand more deeply what anchor pricing is. And so it's actually a psychological pricing technique, and I'm all about buying psychology. That's something I've really been kind of leaning into this year. Is buyer psychology, buying psychology. What is the psychology around what makes people open their purse and purchase from you and us? So it said this is a technique that involves using a reference point or an anchor point to influence consumers' perceptions of the value of a product or service. And the anchor is typically a higher priced item or premium offering that serves as a point of comparison for the target product or service. Okay, and then communicate your value effectively. So you need to be able to use language that is not only persuasive, but true and real and accurate. Testimonials go a long way. Case studies are huge. And you need to have, I won't say you need to, but you want to have social proof to reinforce the benefits and outcomes of your course. Testimonials are huge. Jamila's on here. And one of the things I learned from her, of the many things I've learned, is having a Google page. You need to have a Google page so that people can leave you a review, because where's the first thing when we're looking for a restaurant or looking for a hotel? Any time we travel, what do? We go to Google and we look at the reviews. We go to Yelp and we look at the reviews. So it's very important that you get those testimonials from your clients so that you can share, this is what my clients are saying. And even if you don't have it in the form of a Google review, have a space on your website or just have those in your back pocket. So when you're sharing and doing social media posts, you can talk about that, or in your blogs. The last thing under this section is you want to test and iterate. So you constantly want to and continuously want to be improving your battle position. So what that means, because I was in the military, and shout out to all my fellow military personnel, is you want to improve your battle position daily, meaning that you want to test different pricing strategies, packages, messaging, etc., to gauge whether it's effective and optimize your pricing over time. So get feedback, as I talked about earlier, from your clients, from your participants. Understand their perception of value, and then adjust the prices accordingly. And the iteration means just to do it over and over again. All right, so continue to repeat it, an iteration. All right, so just going back, for those of you that may have just been joining us tonight, my name is Dr. Patrice Carter, and the webinar for tonight is Coaches Get That Money Off the Table. And just to give you again a recap, the reason that I came up with that title is because I believe that we as coaches leave money on the table, and I want you to get that money off the table. So I developed this series as a 4-part series. Part 1 was last week, so you can watch that on my Facebook videos, or you can go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Patrice Carter, and you'll find it there. And you can see series number 1. And then tonight, what we're talking about is these areas that I want to just cover with you, as far as like coaching and how you can begin to really tap into getting a greater return on investment as a coach, beyond just coaching one-on-one with clients or group coaching. So we talked about that first, and now we've just finished talking about mastering values-based pricing. So the third thing that we want to get into, and I want to ask, did you know that the types of courses that you should teach to maximize your impact as a coach? Do you know the types of courses that you should be teaching? Because there are specific courses that you specifically should consider teaching to not only maximize your impact, but to grow your audience and to grow your income. All right, so this is, of course, going to be dependent upon your niche and or your focus area as a coach. So it depends on what you're focused on. But I just want to give you some broad types of courses that you really should consider in terms of developing and maximizing your impact. So the first is a functional course. A functional course. So this course covers concepts, principles, skills within your niche. And an example might be goal setting, time management, personal development. That is a foundational course. A specialty course is going to focus on more specialized areas within your coaching niche. An example might be a career coach, a Christian life coach, resume writing, interview preparation, career transition strategies, fitness and wellness. So just think niching down. That's a specialty, getting really tight. The example there too would be, think about a doctor who practices general medicine versus an OBGYN or a dentist or podiatrist. So specialty courses. Another type of course that you can consider developing as a coach is a transformational course. So I know there are tons of transformational coaches. Shout out to you guys. But this course aims to facilitate significant personal and professional transformations for clients and for participants. And this can include comprehensive content. It says interactive exercises and ongoing support. So that is probably going to be a little bit more one-on-one, a little bit more hands-on, but again, within the constructs of meeting with them as a group weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So the example I share here is a mindset coach might offer a transformational course on overcoming limiting beliefs or how to cultivate resilience. So let me know, is this giving you guys some ideas? What courses are you writing? What course have you thought about creating? Has anyone else joined me? If so, be sure to ask me questions, make comments. I love feedback so that we can have a great dialogue tonight. And just continuing on, another course that you might consider writing or creating as a coach to maximize your impact and income is a skill-based course. A skill-based course focuses on developing a specific skill set and competency relevant to your coaching niche. So for instance, if you're a communications coach, then you could offer a course on public speaking, on assertiveness training, on setting boundaries or conflict resolution. And interestingly, there was a book that I recently ran across. I didn't buy it, but I started to at this African-American bookstore in Durham, North Carolina. And it was an African-American author who wrote an entire book around boundary setting. I think that would be such a powerful coaching course if someone taught around how to set boundaries, because I think that is something that we all need. And yeah, boundary setting is huge. Okay. All right. The next type of course that you can consider creating is a masterclass. So a masterclass is an intensive workshop or seminar that dives deep into a particular topic or skill. And so in this type of setting, you're offering your participants an immersive learning experience with expert instruction, practical exercises, and personalized feedback. So for example, a productivity coach might offer a masterclass on time management hacks or how to optimize, or techniques they can use that we can use to optimize productivity. There are so many. I'm going to tell you just a few more, and then you can watch the video and get the rest. Okay, so another one might be a group coaching program. Let's touch on that since we started out talking about that. And that is where you give participants an opportunity to grow and learn together in a supportive environment. So this can include a combination of group sessions, individual coaching. And if you are going to do individual coaching, then I think that it should be at a premium, and that should be stated in advance. Also, we already talked about peer support to address common challenges and goals. So an example here is a wellness coach or a fitness coach who offers a course on stress management or healthy lifestyle habits, or even beginning workout, that type of thing. So let's touch on one more. I love this one, virtual retreats. So a virtual retreat, I think, is really powerful. It can be really powerful. And that's where you offer participants a transformative experience of reflection, growth, rejuvenation, etc., from the comfort of their home. It includes combinations of workshops, guided activities, and self-care practices to promote holistic well-being. I think that would be so amazing. I'm sure someone has, I'm not sure if anyone has done this. I know there are tons of retreats, but I don't know that I've ever seen a virtual retreat. But here it says, for example, a mindfulness coach might offer a virtual retreat on mindfulness, meditation, stress reduction, and self-discovery. So what comes up for me there is I remember watching this young lady on YouTube, and this was during COVID, and they would have team meetings. And so at one point, I think they were celebrating something. And so the boss sent everyone cupcakes. He sent each of the employees cupcakes to their home. He sent them a mocktail kit, and he sent, I think, like streamers and things like that. So they all had the party at the same time online, but they opened up their cupcakes and they had cupcakes together. They did their streamers. You had to mix your drinks. So it was like a mocktail course that they did. So there's so much fun stuff that you can do if you just get creative, and people want to be a part of that. So don't talk yourself out of it. Don't overthink it. Just do a deep dive and get into it. So the last thing I'm going to touch on here, and this is true, is that you can create continuing education courses. This is huge. And with that said, continuing education courses provide ongoing learning opportunities for professionals looking to expand their knowledge and skills in their field and or grow into a new field. So an example is a business coach who might offer continuing education courses on leadership development, strategic planning, or entrepreneurship. So that is something that I'm leaning into, and it is working. And there are opportunities out there. So I strongly encourage you guys to look into that. All right. So going back to the beginning, let's go back to our next, did you know? All right. So our next, did you know, and final, did you know for tonight is, did you know that creating B2C and B2B digital downloads and digital products can open massive doors of opportunity? So I'm really excited about sharing this, because when you think B2B, B2C, that's business to customer. That means you're selling, as the entrepreneur, you're selling directly to the client. B2B is, as an entrepreneur, selling directly to a business. And so I want you to begin to think, and I'm thinking that, shifting in that as well. As a coach, I want to not only go B2C, I want to go B2B, because you can have and obtain and reach greater price points when you're going B2B, because organizations have larger training dollars and larger dollars to spend. All right. So that said, let's look at what that looks like. So creating B2C and B2B digital downloads and digital products, again, can open massive doors of opportunity. I speak that over you in Jesus' name, over us. And so these examples demonstrate diverse ranges of, these are just some ideas I generated for digital downloads that you as a coach can create to serve both individual clients, B2C, and businesses in a variety of coaching niches. So some examples are, if you are a sexual trauma coach, I know some sexual trauma coaches, if you want to create a course or products, digital products for clients, you could create a guided meditation audio recording for trauma healing. And if you want to make that same product or create it for a business, it looks like training manuals for therapists on trauma-informed care and guided meditation that they can use in their groups. So you can do that both ways. So now that's how you make money, to giving to an individual client, serving an individual client, as well as a business. Another example are career coaches. So career coaches that are on here, if you're looking at trying to develop a digital download or product for a client, that might look like an ebook on resume writing tips and interview preparation. I'm going to give you a quick tip. You can go to Canva, pull up a template, an ebook template, resume writing book tips and interview preparation. And I'm sure there's probably already a template out there, and all you have to do is brand it with your branding and your information. And you may have to add a little bit of information, copy and paste, but hey, check that out. All right. And B2B career coaches, this is where you could consider creating digital downloads and products for corporate training packages on leadership development and career advancement. Coaching certification coaches, these are my people. All right. This is where you create online course modules covering coaching fundamentals and techniques. Or if you want to go B2B, this is where you do licensing agreements for organizations to use your coaching materials, coaching certification materials internally. So that is something that I think we should all be looking into. I'm going to do a live on that, on licensing, coming up, because I've had several questions, people ask me about that. So I'm going to do some research and educate myself, not come back as an expert, but just come back to share what I learned. All right. So for licensing. And maybe I can find an expert. So if you guys know an expert, then I would love to bring them on as a guest and we can talk about it. All right, so next thing, the next, creating B2C and B2B digital downloads and digital products for sales coaches. What that would look like, if you're a sales coach who works with clients, you could create video tutorials on effective sales techniques and negotiation strategies. We could all benefit from this. Huge. Also, scripts. If you want to turn around and work with an organization, that looks like sales training manuals for corporate sales teams. That never gets old, in my opinion. All right. Brand coaches. This looks like branding workbooks with exercises for personal development for clients. For businesses, it looks like brand identity guides for businesses that want to establish or revamp their brand image. Huge. All right, let's do one more. Let's do two more. Educational coaches. I haven't met a lot of those. So an educational coach for you working directly with the client, what that would look like is a study guide and exam prep material for students. If it was on the organizational side, what that would look like is curriculum development resources for educational institutions or homeschooling programs. Hello, huge. So are these good, guys? Didn't I say this was yummy? Do you think it is, or is it just me? Let me know. All right, teen and parent coaches. So if you're a teen and parent coach, I have a number of those that I've met and that I have trained. If you're selling directly to clients, that looks like parenting ebooks and guides on adolescent development, which I'm sure all the moms and dads would thank you. And if you are a business, this looks like parenting workshops and seminars for schools and community organizations. So the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Coach Carolyn, I'm thinking about you even in here. Coach Shamila, I'm definitely thinking about you. Things you guys could create. Let's see. So let's do, I said that was the last two, but let's do one more. All right, health and beauty coaches. So if you're a health and beauty coach, that looks like if you're selling to a client, meal plans, or if you're creating for a client, it looks like meal plans and workout guides for fitness and wellness. Or even skin. Like I'm seriously looking for, I wanted to really work on my skin, but I haven't really found anybody that focuses or specializes in African American skin that can give me a guide and products and just help me kind of navigate that. So if you're out there, hello. And then if you are a health and beauty coach, example, you want to service businesses, that looks like spa and salon training material. Hello, Jamila, for beauty professionals or businesses, because they need you. They need what you have, sis. All right. So guys, that is, oh wait, I have a bonus. But wait, there's more. So I have a bonus. This is the final piece, and then we're going to round it out. We're going to wrap it up. So the bonus tonight, Coach Carolyn said, yes, all these are great. This is why I'm running to you. I have so much for you to help me with, Dr. Patrice. Come on, sis. We're already together, so let's do it. All right. So coaches who are course creators can diversify themselves. So that's one of the things I talked about, I think last week in part one of the series, is as a life coach, as a coach of any sort, you want to diversify. And we all want to diversify, even if you're someone who is investing, your investment advisor will say to you, hey, you want to diversify your portfolio. So we definitely in business want to diversify. And that is true in the digital space. And as a coach, I think it's even more so true that you don't just want to be a coach. You can be a speaker, an author, all born out of your coaching. Or the author helps birth your coaching and speaking, etc., and courses. So coaches who are course creators can diversify in the digital space in several specific areas, and this will set you apart. This will set you apart. Here's some examples. So content format. So when you're developing your course, you want to make sure that your content format is not just your traditional video, but you want to have downloads, you want to have live webinars, you want to have podcasts, something that makes it interactive. So they give an example here for a career coach that they could create a comprehensive online course and supplement it with live Q&A sessions and downloadable resume templates. So again, remembering that I said that just because you're creating a digital course that is self-paced, self-guided, and video-based does not negate or cause you to not connect with your audience. You still want to have contact points, and that is key. And you want to have community, so that way you keep them engaged. Also, you want to have engagement strategies. And that looks like maybe adding some gamification elements. We can talk more about that. I'll add that as a future topic, because gamification is something that is actually trending in coaching. So we'll talk more about that. Peer-to-peer discussions, virtual group challenges. We talked about community building. So how you set your apart when you think about community building is we have, of course, Facebook groups. We all know and love those, but also a number of the course platforms have community features, and there's a way to maximize that, I think, in greater ways. All right, personalization options. That looks like offering personalized coaching or mentoring add-ons to complement your course, providing participants with tailored guidance and support. So on my course, not my course, but one of the products I offer is a bundle, and that bundle includes done with you course services as well as mentoring. So that is how someone can actually get coaching and mentoring with me as well as assistance with building their digital course. So that is a way also for you as a coach to monetize and get a greater, bigger bang for your buck and offer your client more value is to package and bundle your services together so they can get more than just one type of service. So an example here is the nutritional coach could offer one-on-one coaching, and as an upsell, they could add meal planning and accountability. So you always want to be thinking about upsells. So I have upsells on my page, on my coaching page, on my Teachable course. All right, so then let's look at one more. Innovative technology integration. Hello AI, hello ChatGPT is huge. So leveraging innovative technology such as augmented reality, artificial intelligence to create immersive and interactive learning experiences. So utilizing your AI. I'm going to be teaching a webinar on AI. I have some great courses coming out. I cannot wait. So stay tuned on that. And one is going to be about using AI to generate courses and the way that you want to do that. All right. An example is a language coach could develop a virtual reality language immersion course where participants can practice conversational skills and simulated real life scenarios. I still want to learn how to speak Spanish. I don't know why I took French in high school. Hello. I can still only say the first two things I learned. So that said, I just want to just round this piece out by sharing that when you diversify yourself in these specific areas and you incorporate these unique elements into your digital course offerings or your digital product offerings as a course, who is a course creator, this allows you to differentiate yourself and really gain a competitive advantage in the digital space and in the coaching space. And it allows you to provide exceptional value to your audience. And that is huge. So we're at the end. Thank you guys. If you have made it to the end, if you have stayed on with me through this entire live, thank you. I'm going to just pause here for a minute and see, does anyone have any questions? And if you are live with me, could you share 1, 2, or 3 takeaways from today's webinar? What are you taking away today? What are the 1 or 2 or 3 things that stood out to you that helped you as a coach, if any? And if not, if you're watching this in a replay, please share in the comments as you're watching as well. So what are some takeaways? And while you guys are typing that, because I'm assuming that you're answering my question, I want to invite you to work with me, work with us. And that is through Done For You course creation. So I would love to build your digital course or online school for you. And that includes helping you to craft and create your curriculum, your course from scratch. Also, it includes developing and what's what I'm looking for, curating your landing page, your sales landing page for your course, as well as your school on the platform of your choice. I've specifically worked on Teachable, Kajabi, Podia, and Thinkific. It also allows for us to develop your marketing plan and to help you to launch and to help you develop your pricing, set up your coaching, as well as your community or membership feature, depending on what membership level you choose on those platforms. Okay, so Coach Carolyn said, my takeaway is to diversify. Amen. So I would love to just talk with you more about your digital course creation needs and desires. And I want to invite you to do that. Also, I'm going to be offering a premium VIP day. I'm just sharing that tonight. This is a sneak peek for all of you guys that are joining me. So I recently hosted my first event, and it was a brunch, and I had one person to register. And one thing I know about the Lord is He's looking for commitment. And so I'm like, one person, the Bible says that Jesus left, he will leave the 99 to go after the one. So anytime I have one of anybody or one of anything, they're just as significant to me as if there was a room full of people. So I was like, well, how can I really help them maximize their investment as well as myself? And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, so far you're the only person that's registered, and I'm still going to host the event. So I would love to offer it to you as a VIP day. And it will be this, and this, the other thing that we'll do. I said, or I'm happy to give you a refund if you decide you want to have a refund. And she said, I would absolutely love to have a VIP day. And so that is what we did. So I'm going to be sharing that post tomorrow. And I'm going to be sharing more about my VIP day offers. But I want you guys are getting the sneak peek tonight that I will be offering VIP days, which is a 2-hour virtual session with me to develop one project with you, um, in as much as we can complete in that 2 hours. And it will include lunch and a drink, which I will have delivered to your home. So if you're out of town, I'll find out your favorite place. You're going to let me know where you want your coffee and your or your tea or your drink and your food from, and I will have it delivered to you, and we will have our 2 hours together. So I'm going to share more about that. But I would love to, again, work with you to develop your course. Love to have you as a VIP day client. And if not, if you just continue to just connect with me, that would be awesome. I love community. And or share our services with someone who you think could benefit from them. So guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. I want to say again, thank you. And I want you to remember that your expertise is a gold mine waiting to be shared. And I want you to trust in your ability to create. It's time. The world is waiting for you. And I can't wait to speak with you personally and see you at my upcoming events. And until then, I remain excited and passionate about empowering women and men to achieve success and well-being through the transformative power of digital course creation. So guys, thank you so much. God bless you. And please comment, reach out, connect, schedule. Let's just, keep this thing going. So God willing, I'll be back, not next week because we're taking a week off. So I'll be back again the following week. Maybe I'll do it while I'm gone because I have a computer. So we can do part 3 of this webinar of Coaches Get That Money Off the Table. Okay, God bless you guys and thanks for joining. See you soon.